Ay, la controladora hay algo ahí.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my.
We've scoured the whole entire internet to bring you some of the most downright terrifying and disturbing TikToks out there. The following collection of videos have to be one of the most carefully vetted, most unsettling compilations that exist. But don't take our word for it. Watch for yourself. Hopefully, you don't regret it. Lurking Crawler. You're not watching these alone, are you? The following video you are about to witness is guaranteed to send a shiver down your spine. No question about it. It remains one of the most unsettling and truly bizarre encounters ever captured on camera, with those who've seen it unable to really tell if it's paranormal or even, wait for it, extraterrestrial. That being said, let's begin. According to the TikTok caption, this mother began noticing her cat's behavior would become increasingly more bizarre at nighttime, making strange, unsettling noises and even being aggressive with her and her family, where normally the cat was nothing but love and affection. Deciding to investigate, she sets up a nanny cam on her cat's favorite nighttime spot in an attempt to learn more about what was happening to the cat when they were asleep. What she caught was nothing short of mystifying. The cat's nesting spot is right in line with the doorway to a spare bedroom. His gaze is fixed entirely on the floor until suddenly a weird, unsettling figure emerges. It's hard to tell if it's human or not. It appears to be something resembling a human though, as it looks like it has some kind of limbs. The cat is staring right at it too, totally dumbstruck. And it's not hard to figure out why. It's so grossly bizarre, this thing. The way it moves is disgusting and unnatural. And the longer the video goes on, it looks like it begins to manifest as a pair of glowing eyes. That is until suddenly it shoots up and out of the frame altogether, disappearing entirely. The video unfortunately ends there, and there's no update to be found on this family and their cat. We hope they're safe wherever they are, and that this thing is nowhere near them. We hope the same for you too. Disappearing hands. Why does everything terrifying happen when we're home alone? The story behind this next one is exactly that. A girl and her 2 dogs are home alone one night, and she begins to hear some really disturbing noises coming from the basement.
Hola, gente. Otra vez el ruido ese. Facu está haciendo compañía hoy, pero ya estoy sola.
Armed with her phone in hand, she begins to explore, and what she manages to capture will leave you totally stunned. As she makes her way to the basement stairs, the noises suddenly cease.
Todavía se escucha un ruido de abajo.
As she lingers around for a moment, she notices movement between 2 sets of stairs. It looks like a pair of pale, white hands attempting to crawl forward.
Ay, la controladora hay algo ahí. Sora!
Slowly revealing themselves in frame. She quickly braves the trip downstairs to see if she can see anything, and as she does so, the pair of hands disappear.
Ay, no, Dios santo.
But as she moves the camera to that direction, it is revealed that there's nobody between the stairs at all. She turns on the light and still cannot find anything but her clearly disturbed animals. What do you make of this? Some kind of creature of the night, or perhaps just an unexplainable phenomenon? You decide.
Ay, no, Dios santo.
Haunted airplane. This next one is really weird. Is there nowhere that's truly safe from the paranormal? Apparently not, as the following TikTok user managed to capture some pretty convincing evidence to suggest that yes, even airplanes can be haunted, which really provides a brand new reason to be scared of flying. Capturing some footage for his traveling blog, this user is the very first to board his Indonesian passenger plane. As he's greeted by his stewardesses, he is welcomed onto the plane and instructed to find his seat. As he makes his way to his seat though, he captures something so chilling, it'll live in your head long after the video is done. As he passes through, you can see this strange figure moving in one of the seats to his right. It looks as if it's just another passenger, but as the man moves through the plane, past the seat in question, there's nothing there. The TikTok user goes on to say that he didn't even notice it until he played the footage back. What do you make of this? A simple trick of the light, or something more sinister indeed? You be the judge. Knock knock. If you were all alone in the dead of night and you heard knocking on your back patio door, would you go and answer it, or leave well enough alone? Well, that's the story for this next video, as a man reports hearing strange noises throughout the night, coming from downstairs. It's loud enough for him to hear it from his second-door bedroom, and he's had enough. So he naturally decides to investigate. What happens next, though, will have you running for the hills. The recording starts right as the knocking is going on. It's a loud, resolute knock. But there's nobody there. As he continues to try to spot the owner of the knock, he notices a tall, hooded figure moving slowly in the background. When he turns again, though, the dark figure has suddenly vanished. As the man faces towards the door again, he notices the patio door has been left open, which allowed whatever was knocking to come right inside with him. Which leaves an important lesson. Don't go answering a late-night knock. Monkey menace. Ever had a doll look you right in the eye? Well, be prepared, because after this next video, you'll never ever look at a doll the same way again. This next TikTok user is obsessed with monkeys. If there's a monkey slapped on it, she's probably already bought it. So, suffice to say, when she found out she could buy a monkey doll on the internet, it didn't take too long for it to show up at her door. But upon opening it, she received the shock of her life. When she removes the wrapping from the package, she exposes the monkey doll, and for a brief blink and you miss it moment, it looks as though the doll's eyes look directly at her. She notices immediately and laughs it off, and the doll doesn't move again.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me, oh my.
The user followed up with her audience about the doll, and she has nothing strange to report, at least for now.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me, oh my.
Unwanted visitor. What would you do if an evil spirit managed to follow you home? The woman in this next video is about to answer that question once and for all. After a late-night paranormal session in a local graveyard, this TikToker believes that something followed her home that night and has been getting closer and closer to her as the days go on. She's been experiencing very strange happenings in her front yard, and each time they get closer and closer to her front door. Until tonight, where whatever it is finally decides to get in front of her, face to face. Now, be warned, this is extremely unsettling. After hearing commotion outside on the front deck, the woman turns her attention to the door, where a strange, shadowy manifestation can be seen peering in through the front door.
Maggie?
It sounds as though it is attempting to get inside, as the door handle jiggles violently from left to right. When she gets close enough to confront it, the figure walks slowly to the right, completely out of frame.
Maggie? Who is the fuck? Oh my god, did he just move?
When the woman goes to open the door to see if she can capture whatever that thing was, upon checking, there's nothing there. What's worse is that there is nowhere for this figure to have gone, as the rails block out the path we saw it take. Knock knock, nobody's there.
Maggie?
Child's play. Children have a very active imagination. Imaginary friends are certainly not uncommon for children to have. But what happens when that imaginary friend becomes, well, not so imaginary anymore? That's the setup for this next one, which includes some pretty convincing footage of a paranormal encounter. It's no secret that parents cannot get enough footage of their children playing, but the reason the mom began to record is something more sinister indeed. Her daughter recently began talking to and playing with someone who wasn't there. These disturbances become a little more strange when the girl remarks it's another child, but with bad eyes and a bad smile. Frightened, the mother begins to record all of her daughter's playtimes from here on out, And what she manages to capture is the stuff nightmares are made of. Now, the TikToker claims that the shadow figure you are about to see was not noticed by her at the moment. Only upon playing it back did she manage to spot it. But after calling for her daughter to the living room, a small shadow figure can be seen walking right through the frame, directly behind her daughter.
Lurley, come here. Lurley, who are you playing with?
The mother asks who she's been playing with, but the daughter doesn't answer.
Lurley, who are you playing with? What are you doing?
Could this be the daughter's imaginary friend, or something more sinister? As always, you be the judge.
Lurley, who are you playing with?